review for Generation Toys Gravity Builder. This is the first one in the set. This is Scraper, obviously their take on Scrapper. They all seem to be named after kind of their function. I know he's not technically a scraper, but like he's Scraper. Mixing Truck, I think, is the name of the other one. They may have Mixing Truck or Mixmaster may get a different name, but when he comes out, we'll see when his packaging has arrived. But anyway, here he is. And I usually don't talk about packaging. I do want to go over, just for this first video review on the set, I'll go over how it's packaged because it is really nice. You've got a slipcase here. It's got some like construction, really faint construction lines here on the back. Or on the side, I guess. On the back, there's an outline picture of their combined form. And then the artwork continues along the bottom ridge there. And when you slide it out of the sleeve, and it comes in a really nice box. It feels a lot like the BB-8 box that he came in, the Sphero BB-8, with the Generation Toy in silver. And when you slide the box out, let me take a minute. The box slides apart like that, and you get a really nice laminated manual, transformation manual, at least on the outside, and then there's some nice paper pages on the inside, instruction booklet, as well as a laminated poster of that artwork that was on the back of the combined form here. Show a little picture with the Gravity Generation Toy logo and the name and all that on it. And then the figure itself is packaged, and I assume they're all going to come this way, in a nice solid chunk of foam. This little thing you can see kind of covers the top of the vehicle mode. Then you open this up, packaged very securely in a foam tray. So yeah, we won't harp on the packaging in subsequent reviews. I assume they're all going to come packaged in a similar style, but just want to get that out of the way for the first one, just to show you just even the attention to detail on the packaging. Now, the transformation here, I am going to have the instruction booklet handy because some of the transformation steps, especially to leg mode, are a little bit more intense. Mixing Truck is a little simpler, easier to figure out on my own. This one I'm glad came with instructions because it's pretty crazy. And to get to leg mode, I'm going to go ahead and open this up just to make sure I'm doing this in the right order. But yeah, they both start off similar in that you open this up and flip these panels up right here, just like that. These fold in, fold these out like that, and then fold these back down underneath, and then lock these little tabs back into place. Now there is his gun. You can see stores underneath here. You can go ahead and pop that out. This little piece comes forward. This whole assembly lifts up, and you open up these little panels here on the side. Flip them out like that, and then then you bring this whole silver arm down, up, and then you see there's some peg holes here on the back, which this pegs into. And you can see his combiner port under there, and we'll get to that in a minute. And that's most of it for the upper body here. A lot of it is getting all of this in position. So you lift this up, and then swing the whole leg assembly down with the scoop up. Come down here and rotate these back like this. And rotate them up onto the sides. Flip up these little ladders. Just like that. Pick these up. Rotate them around to the inside. And fold them in like this. And they should peg on the inside as well. Bend at the right hinge, please. There we go. And snap them together just like that. These black pieces come down. Actually, no, you rotate this, rotate the entire arm assembly down here, like this, and like that, and then fold them in like this. Then these covers fold in behind the arm here. There's a little tab. There's also, they have little triangular tabs that are going to tab in right here on the chest piece. So take that when you fold these back in, plug those in to the body. Fold these down. These fold up and around and into there like that. To get those up out of the way, the gun can go back inside here. And it just, there's a tab here. And there's a couple tabs on the side of the feet as well as on the heel of the feet that peg in here and here. Because we're going to flip these feet up, we're just going to tab in the front part of the gun. So we'll go ahead and tab this right in here. And then plug this into the side of the gun. And the feet pieces flip up like this. And then these little panels right here, it helps if you kind of come in. There's a little gap here that you can get a fingernail into to open those up. And those are going to free up his side-to-side swivel. So you can give him some ankle tilt there in leg mode. This comes up. You see there's a couple tabs here on the back to tab into the front of the body. And then up here on top, this panel right here lifts up, comes down, and sits along the front of the body here. It just kind of rests there. And you can see there's a little tab here that tabs in up here. You just kind of clip that in like that. And then the combiner port, which you can see uses a sliding connector here. Getting this up and out, it's a very tight combiner joint. So it'll bend easier when you've got something connected to it for the leverage. But the combiner joint, the knees are going to be very solid on this guy. Get everything pegged back in down here. And then you can see it. There's his leg mode. And to compare it to the leg mode here, here's the Hasbro one. We'll compare it to the leg mode here. Forgot to do a size comparison in alt mode. But just to give you an idea, like there's the basic leg mode of the Hasbro version. So a little taller here, although if you do flip out the connector ports for the that connect into the back of Mixmaster's part, this does end up being a little taller, but the actual connection point for these guys is it's maybe half an inch higher on Scraper than it is on the Hasbro version. I'm going to go to robot mode. You can go to it right from here. Again, take out the gun. Popped off his little waist piece there. It's on a little ball joint right there. Get this pushed back in like that. Flip it down. Lift it up. We're kind of going to go mostly back to vehicle mode here. But yeah, fold this down, lift that up. Lift this all the way down and plug that back in. The arms, you just bring out, down. We'll change how that connects here in a minute. The hands actually pop out. You lift this up like that, and the hands spring out like that, and then this panel folds up behind here and actually pegs in. There's a little slot here on the gray piece that you can peg that into if you don't want it coming loose. You don't have to, though. It can just fold right up. And then this piece folds flat like that against the arm. And same over here. Bring this down like that, bring it around, rotate this piece over and fold it up into the elbow like that. Pop the hand out, fold that down. These pieces, the wheels, actually you grab the wheel, lift it up, flip it back. It's on like one of those pivoting hinges here, so you kind of lift it up and move it around to the back of the shoulder. Just like that. This stays on his back. Lift this up. Split the legs here. Unpeg these panels right here on the side of the leg. Flip those up and out. This little panel should open up automatically, but you can open it up manually if you want. Straighten the legs down. This whole section should rotate around. All right, unpeg. Got to unpeg these again. Fold this back in and up onto the back of the leg like that. Just let me flip that down. That one sits on top of the wheel. Foot opens up just like that. And same over here. Rotate this piece all the way around. Bring the leg down. Make sure this is folded flat and up against the back of the piece there. Bring this all the way around. Close that. That flips down onto the wheel. Foot comes around like that. He's got some ankle tilt. The ankle's kind of out here on the outside, but it gives you good range of motion there in the foot. Not sure why one leg is longer than... Oh, that's because that one isn't collapsed all the way. There we go. All the stuff, this plugs back into the back. This just sits here on his back. You can close these knee covers once you get that done. I'll flip that up, flip this down onto the back of the arm. And then this piece, now this piece it says to just kind of fold back and leave up on his back. Kind of just sticking, how does it have me do this? But you can actually, it's actually possible to collapse it a little bit more and have it not, I'll show you that off in a minute. But you then open this up, flip out his head, stand him up. There's a spot there if you want to put a faction logo on him. Let me see, because there were two different ways I found to do this crane. Then this one has it come down and up and stick kind of way up above his head. Kind of like that. And I found another way you can kind of collapse this down a little bit and have it not be so obvious behind his, not be such a giant thing behind his head. It does make him a little more back heavy, unless you click the thighs out properly like I just did. So you don't have to have it sitting up. You see in the instructions it actually has it sitting up higher, a little higher behind his head. And it is possible to collapse those arms down a little bit and have it rest a little bit lower to the back. He is a little back heavy. The ankles do a pretty good job of keeping him upright. Then you take his pistol, stick it into his hand here, and there is Scraper ready to go. And he's a very nice looking representation of Scraper. Scrapper. The purple's a little darker than the Hasbro traditional Constructicon colors. The green is spot on, but it just looks really elegant with the darker purple, I think. And this is a set that I caught the edge of that on the. I was trying to rotate it back down. There we go. It's supposed to sit under that silver ridge. I caught the edge of it on the silver ridge. So he's got a thigh swivel up. Don't look down. It's got some light piping in the eyes, which is really nice. And overall, it's just a big, stocky, solid-looking Scrapper. It's a really nice-looking figure. Like I said, I had been planning on skipping these. Just because we've had so many Devastators. I've owned most of the third-party Devastators. I've got the DX9 little micro one on order, and I was like, do I need another Devastator? And then I saw the color pictures of these guys and went, wow. So, yeah, we might be in on this one. Again, there he is with Mix, just to see a couple of them together. But we'll do robot mode comparisons. I meant to do a vehicle mode comparison with them, but we'll show them off together in robot mode in Mixing Trucks video. I can, however, compare him with the Combiner Wars version, and there he is in robot mode with the Combiner Wars Scrapper. Let's see if I can get that glare off of the green a little bit, so you can get a little truer look at him. But yeah, they're like I said, he just looks really cool. It's a very nicely designed figure. His alt mode looks cool. The packaging is nice. I haven't noticed anything. Like I said, I popped that waist piece off, but that's because I had it flipped out past this thing, and as I was twisting it back in, I pushed it up. The corner of it caught on that silver piece. But it's a very solid figure. It's got decent articulation. It's got a ball joint here in the neck. It's got dual swivel. There's a hinge right here. You can see kind of flip out under his arm, and it clicks and ratchets forward. He's got elbow articulation. You can move this up and out of the way a little bit if you want to bring his bend his elbow more than that. It's easy to do. He does have wrist swivels, which is nice. The hands do open. Again, the fingers are all one piece, but they do have opening hands, which is nice. Like I said, a little bit of wrist swivel there. He's got thigh swivel. Like I said, the hip guards move, so you can. He's got ratcheting front and back hips, as well as just a side-to-side movement in the hip. He's got the knee joint there, ratcheting knee. And then the ankle, like I said, it's got forward and back motion here at this gray piece, as well as some outer swing here. And then, of course, like the piece itself is on that strut, so you can get some ankle tilt as well. So he supports himself in quite a lot of wide stance poses due to that ankle joint. So yeah, I went from being kind of iffy on another Devastator to being fairly sold here on these guys pretty rapidly. It's like I said, once those color pictures came out, I was definitely intrigued. So yeah, there is Generation Toys Scraper. We will have mixing truck up shortly.